Good morning, Walt Disney Elementary School. This is Dr. Ortiz with today's morning announcements. And today is Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. Today's a day 2. And tomorrow, Blake Beecham will be joining me to share the last segment of his ADHD capacity building for us. So get excited for that. No Chasing Jackson today. We're actually going to have something from all of the friends who joined us over the course of the school year on the morning announcements from 5th grade. They're going to do something for us on Friday. All right, so with that being said, we do have birthdays for today. So let me pull those up real quick at my sheet of birthdays here. And then I also need to give a shout out to the staff birthdays, as I was kindly reminded that I forgot about that yesterday. Okay, so this is first off, who are the birthdays for today? June 11th. I'm glad that you asked. Who is that? We have one. We have Elnora from Mrs. Thomas's room. Mrs. Thomas, you've had a lot of birthdays that I've had to announce these last couple days. Okay, now we're starting with the middle part of August. Who do we have? We're starting off with Gabriella. Gabriella from room 9. That's Mrs. I'm drawing a blank. Hoserman's classroom. And then Natalie from room 9, Mrs. Hoserman's room. Harry from room 2, Mrs. Bozak's room. Kaylin from Mrs. Dixon's classroom. Carter from Mrs. Lafferty's room. Adeline from Mrs. Collins' room. I got that one. Mrs. Collins. Gia from Mrs. Shorn's room. Jeremiah from Mrs. Flynn's room. We're keeping it going. Kinley from Mrs. Renson's room. Dash from Mrs. Coble's room. Simon from Mrs. Thomas's room. Lincoln from Mrs. Bozak's room. And that takes us up into the last third of August. So then I'll get that in for our friends in August. And then for teachers, happy birthday. Who do we have? Well, we have Mrs. Heffelfinger. Happy birthday to her. Mrs. Zumar, Mrs. Carey, the happy birthday. Then we have Mrs. Hoserman, Mrs. Galt, Mrs. Burla, Mrs. Barish, Mrs. Lafferty, Mrs. Bozak, and Mrs. Munger. Oh, those are all the staff birthdays over the summer. And then when we come back, we're going to be celebrating Mrs. Chamberlain's birthday because her birthday's on September 2nd. Woo! All right, we have a couple more birthdays for this week and then the last parts of August. Now, 5th grade ceremony today on the last full day of school. Then they have their picnic. Tomorrow, kindergarten, you're up next with the ceremony. Pre-K, you're on Friday. But now we're going to continue with the 5th grade spotlight, the last segment. Check it out. All right, everyone, kicking the last segment off of the 5th grade spotlight with my buddy Henry. What does he enjoy doing? He enjoys watching the Garfield movie in his spare time, going into the pool and playing with his dog Lydia. And what does he love about Walt Disney? Dr. Ortiz, that's me. Oh, thanks, Henry. Wow, that fills my bucket. And what will you miss about Walt Disney? A lot of things. Field day, recess, baseball, Spark, art, Mr. Roberts, and all the teachers he's had throughout his 6 years. Mrs. Spears, Mrs. Sandora, Mrs. Downey, Mrs. Munger, Mrs. Dixon, and Mrs. Lindzicki. Good luck in middle school, Henry. Victoria, what does she enjoy doing? Playing Foursquare. And what she loves about Walt Disney is that everyone is kind. And she's going to miss all the little kids because they are so cute. Yes, they are. Good luck in middle school, Victoria. Vladen, my buddy Vladen, new to the school this year. What does he enjoy doing? Playing video games, and he loves Field Day, and that's what he's going to miss about Walt Disney. Field Day. That's a great day. Good luck in middle school, Vladen. Ali from 5th grade, Mr. Shorn's room, new to the building. He enjoys riding his bike, and what does he love about Walt Disney? He enjoys recess, and that's what he's going to miss about Walt Disney. Recess. Good luck in middle school, Ali. There you have it. All 5th grade friends spotlighted, highlighted. Congratulations. Today's your day as you have your ceremony, and I'm going to try to keep my composure, but I've been known to cry at these things, so just bear with me, friends. I know I've only had 1 year with you, but I love you so very much, and I'm really happy and proud of you, but I am sad to see you go. But it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a great day. Those are all the announcements we have for today, friends. Please stand and join your teachers in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. And remember, here at Walt Disney, we are respectful, we are responsible, we are safe. Have a great learning day, everyone. Adios. Bye.